All right, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a real quick recap of last night's TNA Impact live episode. I was not able to watch it live last night. I did watch it today, so here's a quick rundown of what went down. Here's a quick rundown of what happened last night on the episode. Of course, it featured the fallout from Genesis this past Sunday. So here's a quick rundown. We heard from the new TNA World Champion Joe Hendry. He cut a promo at the beginning of the show with Santino Marella coming out and announcing that the main event for the episode was going to be Joe Hendry defending his world title against a mystery opponent, which turned out to be Matt Cardona. We saw a backstage segment involving Eric Young, Steve Macklin, and Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander, who had announced this past Sunday at Genesis that he quit TNA after he lost to Mike Santana. Um, Ash and Heather by Elegance and Rosemary defeated Spitfire, the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, and Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts World Champion, after NXT's Cora Jade got involved. We heard from Josh Alexander, who would be attacked by his teammates. Sorry, guys. Judas Icarus and Travis Williams of the Northern Armory, which those two would beat down Alexander until Eric Young made the save, and a tag team match would be set for next week, as it will be Judas Icarus and Travis Williams versus Eric Young and Josh Alexander. Um, we saw the Hardys, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, defeating JDC and Moose of the System. We finally got the answer of who is behind those 23 videos that have been appearing on Impact, as it was revealed as Steph DeLander, who would be called out by Sami Callihan. She would come out with the TNA Digital Media Championship, saying that she got divorced from PCO, and in the divorce, she got the TNA Digital Media Championship. Then after that, the lights would go out, and when the lights came back on, Mance Warner, the Southern Psycho, Mance Warner would appear and attack Sami Callihan, and then him and Steph DeLander would wind up kissing in the middle of the ring. So a big surprise there with Mance Warner making an appearance in TNA. Um, so when I saw that, I was like, what in the world is going on here? So that was it for that. Fraxium successfully retained the NXT Tag Team Championships last night, as they defeated the Rascals, due to the help of NXT's Wes Lee and Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, I believe it is. Um, yes, that is correct. Sorry about that. I'm having to switch back and forth. We heard from Mike Santana, who cut a promo which would be interrupted by Mustafa Ali, who made his return last night on the live episode of Impact. And basically, he announced that he had signed with TNA. So, big signing for Mustafa Ali, or for TNA in Mustafa Ali. We heard from Tessa Blanchard, who scored a big victory this past Sunday at Genesis over Jordan Grace. And then in the main event, it was Joe Hendry successfully retaining his TNA World Championship against Matt Cardona, as well, to cap off last night's episode of Impact. Um, my overall thoughts on the show last night was another good show for TNA. First time in 8 years that Impact was live. So, but yeah, like I said, it was a good show for TNA and I wish them nothing but the best. Hope nothing but bigger and better things in 2025. I know it was announced, I believe, last week that they had entered a deal with WWE for a multi-year partnership, which has a lot of people talking. There has been news coming out this week that WWE is trying to get TNA on networks that they're leaving, um, and trying to keep AEW off of those networks. And I'm like, really, WWE? I mean, I know this is competition, but come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. TNA is doing well on their own, you know, and yeah, I feel like, because like myself, I don't have access TV. I don't have access TV. I watch it on TNA Plus. I watch their Impact episodes and everything else on TNA Plus. So if they're going to get on a network, let them get on a network that on their own. Um, so it is what it is. But yeah, last night's episode I thought was really good. Um, I like the inclusion that they're doing with NXT talent showing up and appearing. But yeah, so tomorrow is going to be a very busy Saturday for me. Because right now I know tomorrow night is Saturday night's main event that will feature the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Jey Uso, Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu, among other matches, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship, among other matches. Also, Collision is tomorrow night for AEW, and there are four um, independent promotions having shows tomorrow night as well. All four events can be streamed on Triller TV. So I mean, if you guys, you know, there is, I know a lot of people don't care about independent wrestling promotions, but I would recommend checking them out. Like tomorrow night, I'm looking at the Triller TV app. There are two events for TNT Extreme Wrestling. One is TNT Ignition Rumble 2025 that happens at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. There's another one for TNT Extreme Wrestling. It's called Merseyside Massacre 2025. That's at 2:30 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon. Then at 6 o'clock tomorrow night is going to be House of Glory's Final Warning. That will be as well on Triller TV. And then tomorrow night, Future Stars of Wrestling has New Year's Resolution 2025. That's at 10 p.m. And that's going to be featuring a match um, featuring two of WWE's ID program uh, uh, competitors, Marcus Mathers and Sam Holloway. So that's going to be interesting. Uh, House of Glory, as I mentioned, Final Warning 2025 happens tomorrow. Um, it will feature a House of Glory Heavyweight Championship match where Mike Santana defends against Kenta. Ricky Starks is also going to be on the show tomorrow night for House of Glory. He's going to be taking on Charles Mason. Zilla Fatu is going to be defending the House of Glory Crown Jewel championship against Rhino. Um, so those are a couple of big matches. That House of Glory Final Warning takes place at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. tomorrow night. For Future Stars of Wrestling event, that takes place tomorrow at 10 p.m. on Triller TV. and then of course the two TNT Extreme Wrestling um, events. One is Merseyside Massacre. That's going to be uh, there's no matches announced for that show, but um, there are going to be hopefully some matches signed. And then the Ignition Rumble, that's going to be um, with an explosive rumble that could change everything as the winner earns a title shot of their choice. So, it is what it is. So, like I said, all four of those shows streaming on Triller TV. You have AEW Collision streaming on, I believe, TNT and Max. You have, and then you have Saturday night's main event tomorrow night on NBC and streaming on Peacock as well. So a lot of wrestling tomorrow. I'm gonna do my best to try to watch every show and recap everything and recap each show. So it's gonna be a very busy day for me tomorrow when I come home from work. But yeah, so this has been my TNA Impact recap. Sorry for the rambling as at the end, but as always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time. See ya.